Celine Dion has been an icon in both the English and French-speaking music industries for over 4 decades, and while her success is almost beyond measure, she's faced many challenges as a performer, wife, and mother. Most attention given to Celine Dion from the 1990s and beyond has been praise, but throughout her childhood and the early years of her career, Dion was bullied and mocked. As she recalled to Bang Showbiz in 2013, "I was definitely not very good at school. I was not the cool dude. I was not good looking. I was feeling awkward. My teeth were all crooked and we were poor a little bit, so the clothes were passed on from my brothers to my sisters to me." Even after she'd established herself as a musical star on the rise in Quebec, Dion continued to be mocked about her appearance and her smile by the French-language media. One magazine even came up with the nickname Canine Dion to describe her less than straight teeth. Dion was so affected by the negative attention that she started to perform differently, tilting her head upward and holding the microphone in front of her mouth in an attempt to hide her teeth from audiences and cameras. Perhaps because she was raised in a household with 13 brothers and sisters, the idea of a sizable family of her own was always in the cards for Dion. She personally places motherhood above all things, including music, telling people, "I'm not really a singer. My life is to be a mom. It's what I enjoy the most. It's my most amazing reward. I will take a chance with my music. I don't take risks with my family." Sadly, Dion did have to take some risks and seek out medical assistance to forge the family she so desired. Her first child with husband René Angelil, a son named René Charles Angelil, was born in January 2001 and conceived through in vitro fertilization treatments. 6 years of traditional methods had failed to result in a conception for the couple, and Dion calls her firstborn son her miracle child as a result. After the birth of René Charles, Dion and Angelil attempted to get pregnant again and once more sought the assistance of fertility doctors. Dion went through 6 rounds of IVF before getting pregnant, which sadly ended in a miscarriage. However, in 2010, Dion gave birth to fraternal twin boys Eddie and Nelson, who the singer has raised alone since the death of their father shortly after their 5th birthday.
What makes me laugh? My kids.
Dion's voice is legendarily powerful, and if she were ever to lose that instrument, it would be a tragic loss to her life and livelihood. Sadly, the pop singer faced that possibility in 2012 when she was diagnosed with a serious ailment. After Dion publicly struggled to sing at a sound check before a show in February 2012, she sought the help of top laryngeal physiologist Gerald Burke at UCLA Medical Center, who diagnosed a weakened right vocal cord and advised the singer to rest her voice for 6 to 8 weeks. 6 years later, medical issues once more threatened Dion's abilities. As the singer's Facebook account announced in March 2018, Celine has been dealing with a condition in her middle ear known as patulous eustachian tube, which causes hearing irregularities and makes it extremely difficult to sing. Despite treating the condition with different medications for well over a year, the regimen stopped being effective. To restore her hearing ability and sing at the level to which she'd grown accustomed, Dion had to submit to a surgical procedure. Needing to recover from the surgery, Dion postponed 3 weeks' worth of her Las Vegas residency dates in 2018. In November 2021, Celine Dion was supposed to start a new residency show in Las Vegas, but a few weeks before its debut, she announced that the first 3 months of dates would be postponed. The reason for the cancellation was Dion's health had been on the decline for quite some time, and she was experiencing debilitating and disruptive muscle spasms. Writing about the rescheduled dates on Instagram, Dion wrote, "I'm especially sorry for disappointing all the fans who've been making their plans to come to Las Vegas. Now I have to focus on getting better." About a year later, after getting back into the business of singing professionally, Dion called off more concert dates because she was unable to perform, once again citing her frightening muscle spasms. Doctors diagnosed Dion with a disease known as stiff person syndrome, an exceedingly uncommon autoimmune and neurological disorder that manifests painfully in spasms and very rigid muscles, and strictly limits mobility and the capacity to sing. Stiff person syndrome is diagnosed at a rate of about 1 in 1 million people, and while there's no cure, its symptoms can be alleviated somewhat with physical therapy and reduced exposure to light and sound. At the age of 12, Celine sent a demo tape to René Angelil after her brother found his name on the back of an LP. He agreed to be her manager and set about making Dion a star, even mortgaging his home to get the money to record her first album. The relationship between the musician and her manager, who was 26 years her senior, was purely professional at first, until Dion developed romantic feelings around the time she turned 18. They became a couple, although Dion's mother was initially opposed to the relationship because Angelil had been through 2 divorces. They got married in 1994, and soon after, Angelil faced health issues, receiving a throat cancer diagnosis in 1999. Dion stopped performing for 2 years to be with her husband during radiation treatments and surgeries. In remission from 2000 onward, the cancer returned in the form of a throat tumor in 2013. Angelil resigned as Dion's manager, and she took another break to be with him. The cancer came back for a third time, and in January 2016, Angelil died at age 73.
Losing my husband, for my kids to lose their father, it was quite something.
Among Celine Dion's 13 siblings is her older sister Liette. In 1977, Liette's daughter Corinne was born and later diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, a medical condition that causes thick mucus to develop in the lungs, causing damage to several body systems. Corinne died from complications of the disease at age 16 while her aunt held her. As Dion recalled to People, "I started to sing softly in her ear, and out of nowhere her eyes closed. One tear came down Corinne's cheek, and then she went." Dion later recorded the 1995 French song Vol in tribute to her niece, and became highly active in the charitable organization Cystic Fibrosis Canada. Decades later, the year 2016 saw more immense tragedy for the extended Dion family. In January, Dion's older brother Daniel died at 59 from brain, tongue, and throat cancer, just 2 days after the cancer-related death of Angelil. In the summer of 2016, Celine Dion's sister Liette learned that her husband Guy Poirier was diagnosed with cancer of the bones, brain, and lungs, and he sadly died in August of the same year.